get started, and this is being recorded. So today is a little bit different than I've done on some past webinars during the week where I've had PowerPoints and so on. This is more like a workshop, a fireside chat, if you will, something a lot less structured, more casual. And I wanted to go into a little bit more in depth, maybe describe it a little bit differently is a better way to do it, from the webinar that we did last week on Monday, which was about emailing and what we call VMail, V-M-A-I-L. And what do you mean by emailing and VMailing? Well, emailing is obviously what we know as sending emails out, and VMailing is video email, and we'll show you how they compare and how you can use both of those to be able to benefit your business. Now, I know for a fact we have people from all sorts of different companies out there. As a matter of fact, for the people on here, why don't we just get a roll call of the people on here and just type in the different programs that you may be involved in. Just one per person is fine, just so we can get I can get an idea of the different things that people are doing out there, and maybe if I can, I'll try to customize a little bit as best I can for everybody.
Yeah, just to reiterate, Peter, you've been known as the tool guy. I'm the breakthrough guy. You're the tool guy. And you've been providing tools and systems. And what I love about what we do is the tools, they don't compete with anything. It actually complements everything. And these tools and things that you use will enhance and enable and empower people to do whatever they do better. So that's what I love about this. So again, regardless of what program a person's part of. Matter of fact, Peter, people who are authors and speakers and people who, a lady called me the other day, I just produced a new DVD. How should I market it? I mean, this is going to help any and everybody to do whatever they do better. So, yeah, the tools are something that everybody needs, and so it doesn't matter what company, what product, what service you represent, you've got to have the latest, up-to-date, cutting-edge breakthrough tools. That's what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, absolutely. So now let me see. I'm going to just read off. And hey, listen, I'll be the first to tell you, I understand everybody does multiple things. So, you know, we understand that. So that's like Dr. Stan said. I'm here. I've always been here to develop tools and systems to help anybody, any programs. We got, let's see, Talk Fusion, 5 Links, DSD, Nutrition, Financial Planner, Infinity 100, Infinity Downline, Organo Gold, Feeder Matrix, Infinity Downline, another one. Let's see, DSD, I guess that's DS Domination, Business Toolbox, Free Toolbox, Get With the Music, Steve from Hampton, Virginia. Thanks for coming on. Infinity Downline, Infinity 100, Internet Radio Show, I Coach Mike, Infinity Downline, I2 Systems, and more. So lots of stuff down there, and we all know there's tons of stuff out there. So hopefully, you know, you're just active. That's the main thing, is you want to be actively doing something. Doesn't matter what company you're in. Could be a great company, but it doesn't mean squat unless you're you know, pursuing and actively working your business. And we're just going to show you one way to be, well, actually 2 ways today, maybe even a few more if we get done today on building your business. So you guys ready? Let me get some energy on here. You guys ready? So Dr. Stan and I aren't just talking to ourselves. You ready to kind of dive in here and make some money? All right. Getting yeses. I'm getting yeses. Yeah. All right. That's all I want to see. I want to see some participation on here. So,
by the way, Peter, we
yes.
always say it doesn't matter. You could have the best product, the best service, the best DVD, the best book, the best whatever, the best church. But if nobody knows about you, if you don't market properly, then nothing's going to happen. However, you can have a terrible product, terrible service, terrible whatever, but if you market properly, then you're going to make money and people are going to know about you. Now, we believe that's a lack of integrity. We don't endorse that. But what Peter and I are passionate about is helping people that have the good products, that have the good service, that represent the good companies, to get the proper marketing tools and concepts so your business can explode, so the people that you're trying to reach can hear from you. So let's get going, and Peter, show us how to do it.
All right. So first of all, let me just start, just put a little plug in for myself, just so people don't know who I am. I've been doing network marketing since 1990, and Dr. Stan, I'll introduce you, and you can go a little bit about yourself a little bit later so people know who you are. And been doing network marketing since 1990. Nobody really taught me anything. I had to figure it out. And but one of my things that I wanted to do, as far as my legacy, in the network marketing industry that I love so much is to give back by teaching and training and showing people how to streamline the learning process, because I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars figuring it out, winging it, trial and error, and you don't necessarily want to reinvent the wheel. You want to go out and use things that are working, and once you become proficient in those different things, then maybe you can experiment with stuff, because experimenting with things when you're first getting started is very expensive. Okay, it's very expensive. It's very trying on the things that your time and your patience. And what happens then at that time is you run out of money, you run out of patience, you run out of whatever else you want to call it, and guess what happens? You're out of the business. So you want to use whatever your company is teaching you to use, whatever methods and so on. And what we're here to do is what I put together in, this is my book here, MLM Black Book. If you go to MLMBlackBook.com, you'll be able to see more about it. Here's the book here. And it goes over really the webinars that I've done. I put it into a 365-page book and covered 101 ways to build your business, okay? Here's testimonials from major people in network marketing through here that have done fantastic in their businesses, and just endorsing the book. Dr. Stan as well has gotten it, and these are some gifts and bonuses on here. So look it up when you get a chance. It's a 365-page regular book, and if you want to really get in the nitty-gritty on how to be able to do it, the scripts and everything in detail in 20 years, in like I call it a Cliff Notes type of book that I can cram in there, and just total nuts and bolts, no fluff, and that you'll be able to see that. But I'm going to give you away in just a little bit to be able to get it at 75% off. So don't necessarily go ordering it on the website. I'll show you how you can do that. Okay,
wow, so 75% off. Come on.
Yeah, that's right, 75% off. Hey, Roosevelt from Eastport, Georgia. Why can't I get any sign-ups? Okay, well, we're going to try to help you with that. There's a lot of, it could be a lot of different things, sign-ups, and we'll try to cover that as we go, because there's a lot of psychology in that. There's a lot of different things that could go into that, and we kind of have to isolate as far as why, you know, you can't get sign-ups. So we'll try to maybe pinpoint a little bit here as we go, or maybe you can see maybe something I'm talking about that will be able to answer some of the issues maybe that you're having, okay? So leads, okay, leads. What I want to do is describe, before we get into the email stuff, and I'll bring over my trusty pad here with my marker. All right, so everybody can see that. Now, I want to go into just in general, and this is not a whole dissertation on this type of thing, which I can do a whole webinar on this, but I just want to show you what the philosophy is and the structure is here. So, excuse the artwork, but this is a leads funnel, okay? And in the leads funnel, you need to be able to sift and sort. Okay, and Dr. Stan, myself, and people that are very successful in network marketing, we don't convince. We sift and sort. We go out and we just put people through the sifting, sorting mechanism, and if it's for them, great. If it's not, no problem. If it's the right time in their life to do something, great. If it's not, no problem. And that's all it really is. It's just the sorting and sifting of the leads. And up here, this portion up here that you're seeing is the whole starting process. And we go over my book, is 101 ways to do it. Eventually, you want to have 10, 20, 30, 40 different ways that you're putting people into the funnel, most of which are maybe automatic. Okay, once you start learning one, then you go to 2, you go to 3, you go to 4, you go to 5, and then it can be almost automatic or practically automatic, maybe spending 5 or 10 minutes to tweak.
Hey, Peter, did we lose you? Hey, Peter. Hey, Peter, I don't think we can hear you there. Let's see. Unless it's just me, Peter, I can't hear you. I don't know if everybody else can hear you. Okay, are you guys yeah, I think we just lost Peter. So we'll see until he comes back in. But as
Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
Hey,
Sorry, I don't know.
there you go.
Yeah, the call dropped for some reason, so sorry about that. Can everybody see the screen that's on here with the funnel,
Yes.
the red funnel on here? Okay, fantastic. Great. All right. So you got to love technology. So you roll with the punches, right? And we say in the Marine Corps, what do we say? What do we say, Dr. Stan? Improvise, adapt, and overcome, right?
There you go.
Through the wall, around the wall, over the wall, under the wall, whatever. Okay. So so now the philosophy here is on this portion up here is to get as many different methods to put the people into the funnel and let the sifting mechanisms that are down here sift them out, sift them out, sift them out, and or at this point sift them in. And then when you have them down at this point, then they're saying, hey, what do I need to do to get started, right? So it's not personal. It doesn't matter, you know, sometimes it doesn't matter what you're going to say. So if you've seen any of my YouTube videos, many times I'll say, look, they're doing a race over here. There's thousands of people running by me. If I was to stop 1,000 people here and just say, listen, and I'll do everything wrong. Listen, you wouldn't be interested in the business opportunity, would you? And if I did that, I guarantee you out of 1,000 people, I'd have people signing up. And that's just the power of numbers. But what happens is eventually your skills of doing this, your posture, your skills, the way you say it, your confidence, the methods you use, all this kind of thing goes together and your skills catch up. So this way you're going to get a larger portion of people saying, you know, hey, I might be interested in something. You know, so rather than saying something like that, you might come in and you come up with your own script, your own personality, your own script, and you might come up and say, you know, hey, I'm working with a group of highly successful business people all over the world. Do you ever keep your eyes open for ways to generate serious extra money in your spare time without jeopardizing anything you're doing full time? You know, it could be something, anything like that. So a lot of that goes into, like the gentleman had asked me over here, he says, I can't get any sign-ups. Well, a lot of it has to do with posture. It has to do with how you say it to people, the methods you're using, what you're sending out. And today we're just covering emailing and video emailing, so we'll cover that specifically in more depth. But a lot of that comes to do that. So one way is the video emailing. Another way is emailing. And just to know, there's tons of things to start over here. So you're sending out emails. You're sending out video emails, and they're going into the sifting mechanism. And say up here, okay, up here is your subject line. Over here is the body of the email. Over here is, after they click on it, where do they go? Over here is, what are they clicking to go watch a video? Well, how good is the video? Is the video converting? Over here is you know, after they watch the video, then maybe you do a three-way call. Over here is any final questions, and they're in. So all of these are the sifting mechanisms that you're using throughout the whole process of getting these people in. And some people get this far, some people get this far, some people get this far, and some people come out and they're your stars that join your business. Okay? Now, one of the things that we've found to be very successful in our business is a feeder type of system. Okay? And what we do here in a feeder type of system is if people come down to this point and they're coming in, right, and they're looking and they say, well, hey, you know, I really, maybe they're not telling you that directly. I don't know who you are that much. I don't necessarily want to start in $500, but I'll start something at $1.25 or $5 or $10 or $50. And they'll get started. They want to get to know you and see if you're a good sponsor, that type of thing. And that's what a feeder program does. The other thing, too, is if your program's $500, that's a big barrier over here. All right? Some people say, well, I don't have the money. Now, I can do a whole other webinar on whether that's true or not. Right? So if I was to park a $50,000 Mercedes in the driveway and say, hey, it's $500 to get started, they'll say no to that, but they'll find a way to find $500 to buy that $50,000 Mercedes. So it's a psychology in there that people, they do have access to the money, you just haven't kind of given them a reason to do it and then looking at it more of an expense than a way to generate money. So that's a whole other webinar. So, and that comes into presentation skills, and that goes into posture and all sorts of stuff, okay? So in our feeder program, one of the feeder programs that we do, one of the programs that we own and run is called Free Toolbox. And Free Toolbox, which is over here, I'll show you a second, is a professional feeder program. Yes.
And sometimes you get people that want to skip the process. They see it and they just want to join. Remember the guy the other day, he said, this guy kept trying to get me to watch the video. I'm like, no, sign me up now.
Yeah, no, that's a great story, Dr. Stan. Unfortunately, I lost all of my drawings here when I moved the screen, but Dr. Stan was saying as well, too, you don't have to go through all the steps all the time, right? So sometimes you're starting to show someone, and they say, listen, I want to join now. No, wait a minute, you got to watch the video. No, I want to join. I'm ready to join now. No, but first you have to watch the video. You have to do this. Just if somebody's ready to go, sign them up. And what some people do, too, is during that whole process is they don't ask for the sale. They don't say, well, let's get you started, or what do you need to know to get started? They don't ask that one question. They go through the whole process, and then the person you're talking to is kind of waiting for you to ask the question, and you don't ask the question. Right. So don't be afraid to ask for the sale, or don't be afraid to ask for them to make a decision, and so that this way, they can get rolling. So, we're in a business that you have to look at it like you're giving them a gift, right? You're giving them a gift in that this is a way that they can have a great product, a great skincare product, to be able to save themselves with pain, nutrition, and what we do is with tools is to be able to enhance other businesses, whatever it happens to be. You're giving them a way to do that. Plus, not to mention the business opportunity, where you're giving them a way to get themselves out of a financial bind or make some huge amounts of money. So it's a gift to do that. And as soon as you come to the realization of that, then great. Then that's going to help with your sign-up ratio and posture. So what we do here at Free Toolbox is that we use that as a feeder program, starting at $1.25, 5 quarters, to get them through and to get them in the system. And then at that point, we cultivate the leads to be able to say, listen, some leads take a while to come up and to be able to join your primary business. Some leads take a week, a month, 6 months, or whatever, but it's attraction marketing. It's a way to get them in, get them trained, get them some posture, and then eventually they join your primary business, and that's how it works. Now, I mentioned before about my book at MLM Black Book. It's $29.95 with $7.95 shipping, okay? So now, over here, if you become a member at $1.25, you get 75% off that book, right? So is that a deal or what? So you're going to save yourself, it's $15 with shipping, so instead of $26, $27, so you do the math on that, you pay $1.25 to join as a member, and you get yourself 75% off the book. So that's a pretty good deal, right? So you get all this stuff, and that's a real physical book that we're going to ship to you.
I'm looking at my book right now. I've got mine right here, Peter.
Okay, so yeah, exactly. So it's just chock full of stuff for you, and you can see some information on here about that. So anyway, back to the story, and I'll come back to this video in just a second. When we start doing video email, I'll show you how to do some stuff there. All right, so now we went into the funnel and different things like that. Now, emailing has changed a lot. I used to sell 15 different international servers that people would just go, just give me millions and millions of emails. We're going to upload and dump them in, and it's going to rotate through this or rotate through that, and we're just going to pump out. And the philosophy was whatever sticks, sticks. Okay, you send out millions and millions and millions, and then out of that you're bound to get something. All right. So Nina says, I'm signed up and would love to have that book. Hey, yeah, Nina, go in the back office. You'll be able to see that, and you'll get information on how to get that at 75% off. If you have a question on that, then submit a support ticket, and we'll show you how to do that, okay? Great. And we'll ship that out. It takes 24 hours to ship it out, and then we send it out to you. All right, so, and that's, we have the video. We have videos that go along with the book, so we do video education on marketing and training and things like that. So let's see. So, now, the video, email, yes.
But Peter, before you go a step further, anybody who's not part of Free Toolbox, and this again, the Free Toolbox is all centered around marketing, learning marketing, and we took your book, The 101 Ways of Marketing, broke it down into 5 different modules. So people are going to learn, some people learn more from reading, and others are more visual and people. So obviously when you have them both, it's like a double-barrel shotgun. So the whole Free Toolbox concept is getting people to learn these 101 ways of marketing while they're, get this now, for as little as $48.75, for as much, the most they pay is $48.75, the least they pay is $1.25 to get started, and that's taking the book and putting it in the video form. Now again, I think everybody ought to have both, but I'm saying the concept though is as they're going through you're going through the book, and people can use this. People ask me all the time, what do you use to market? because I have 12 different income streams, and so I just posted today on Facebook a bunch of checks from one business, and yesterday I posted a bunch of checks for leaving free toolbox, as a matter of fact. But it's the perfect, like you say, it's that funnel, it's that big thing at the top that you dump a bunch of people in at $1.25, and now you can build a relationship with them, and they can see what you have to offer. And Peter, I had 2 people last week that called me and said, I joined your free toolbox. I saw your banners. I clicked on it and I joined. Is there anything else you're doing that I could join? I like you, and I like, and so that's this whole thing about attraction and relationship marketing, and that's what Peter's, with this free toolbox, and again, it's not so much a plug for free toolbox, but rather the philosophy of marketing. There's a lady on this webinar now, Peter, called me and she said, I've got a DVD I want to sell. How do I sell it? How do I market it? I said, well, first of all, you need to get trained by master marketers on how to market that. So join free toolbox. Then if I were you, I'd put a banner up in your back office for your DVD, and everybody you meet, sign them up for $1.25. That way they got to see your banner. So it's like they're paying you to watch you advertise to them about your DVD. And then you can email them every day. So now on top of that, one of the main ways you talk about it here, Peter, is email marketing. And so you're just taking one of the concepts from Free Toolbox, one of the concepts from your book, and you're elaborating on it, and now you're going to give them a tool where they don't have to figure it out. See, everybody's not a genius like you in some areas can figure things out. Some of us need a track to run on, and if you show us, now we can do it. So back to you, man.
Yeah, exactly right. So, like I said, this is really just a philosophy of marketing, and we're first and foremost a training company here with this. And if you go over here, if you click on this video in the product section, it'll go over some samples on how the video stuff works and everything. So let's go back to the emailing. Emailing has totally changed. It's not so much about bulk stuff because you'll get terminated from your server. And I mean, how frustrating is it to be able to set up an emailing system, and then within a week or two you're terminated or from the site because you get a few spam complaints because you just uploaded leads and the leads weren't so good and a lot of them were undeliverable and all kinds of stuff, or you were blacklisted because nothing's getting through. So you got to be careful about that, and how you do it at this point is not so much about bulk, it's about making it look like a regular email. If you're doing some kind of bulking kind of email where you buy lists and that type of thing, okay? Always the first thing that starts with email is, number one, is to get the best list possible. And I was just showing you just over here just a second ago, this is one of the lead scrapers that we have in one of our business called Business Toolbox. And we have 3 different lead scrapers on here. And there's a few lead scrapers around, so if you have one, great. But I'm not going to use this right now. But if you use the lead scraper to be able to scrape leads, it just finds leads all through the internet. You put a keyword in, you put different categories in that you have here. I mean, I did one just the other day for restaurants. So if I type in restaurants, this is meant to really do a postcard marketing. These are all the things that came up: the restaurants' name, address, phone numbers, websites, all sorts of stuff. And I mean, I can go off on 2 hours on just how to be able to work these leads here to build your business, right? So, anyway, there's different types of lead scrapers. This happens to put them on labels, okay? So now if you're doing emailing, you want to get one that gets the emails, and then you can do the email marketing. So that's one way to grab the leads. So you're probably going to get a pretty good list if you do the email marketing through a lead scraper, because why would they put on a fake email on the internet? Probably not that many, you get some, but you'll probably get some pretty good emails by doing a lead scraper. If you use a reputable lead vendor, you'll be able to do that as well too. But notice also, if you buy a list, generally the dollar amount for the lead list is going to go way up according to how well it's been confirmed. Let me just put it that way, and validated and so on. So anyway, that's the lead part of it that's going into your email marketing. So now let's go into just an account here. Alfredo says, is that the same lead scraper from Ultimate Cycler? No, this is different. The postcard lead scraper is in Business Toolbox. So Ultimate Cycler has a different lead scraper. That's a classified ad lead scraper. So we have 3 different ones that we have. So let's go, and I'm just going to open up Notepad, not necessarily an email account, but we'll open up Notepad. So let's just say that this is an email account, Gmail or something to that effect. Well, question, Mariana, will your book be available to those people in Business Toolbox for the discounted price? No, you have to be part of Free Toolbox.
No, Peter, if they just pay $1.25.
yeah, just pay $1.25, you get the discount. So, and if you don't have a member, just either contact support. We'll give you a person to join under, or just do a search on the internet. There's 40,000 of them. So there's a lot of people who sign up under it. It's a very popular program. So let me just increase my font size here.
Actually, there's 49,000, but go ahead.
Okay. I was just rounding numbers. I should have rounded up instead of down, right? All right. So yeah, the notepad, I haven't typed anything in there, Coach Mike. So not yet. All right. So let's just say, okay, first part here in emailing is you have the subject line, right? All right. Then you have the body of the email, and then you go from there. Okay. So what's the job of the subject line? The subject line is not to sell you on anything. The subject line is really to create curiosity for them to not click delete. All right? So I've been pretty in-depth at looking at, I mean, I get thousands of emails all the time, so I'm pretty adept at saying, okay, I want this, I want that, I don't want this, I want that, you know, and I just kind of go by and delete, 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 and keep what I want. So the subject line is really, really, really important to be able to allow them to say, oh, what's this, right? So you want to create curiosity, okay? And if you have some form of contact with that person, letting them know who you are, so this way they know, oh, I know who that is, okay? So this way they're going to help you with it. And one thing that helps you with that is the from, okay? So who's it coming from? You want to keep that to 1 to 2 words. Don't make it so big. But I found that words like admin, support, things like that work really well and also the spam filters like those words, admin and support. So if you put on here, you know, FTB support for the from, okay, or if it's from you, then you put your name. You know, put your name in here. So and because this is part of the checking process, that they're checking who it's coming from, where it's coming from, things like that, okay? Now the subject line is you want to be able to make it and have curiosity, okay? All right, let me move my screen around. Okay, so, you know, something like, you know, rather than saying all sorts of capital letters and exclamation points and you know, cash, make money, that's not good. Okay, that's going to be picked off by every spam filter out there, and you're going to wonder why nobody opens up your email because it never goes in the inbox. All right, so there's different things you can do to create curiosity. Use your brain, brainstorm a little bit. You know, let's see, type here. And the other thing, if you have the ability to insert the person's name in here, the first name, that helps out as well too. Okay, because it's personalizing to them. Well, wow, hey, they know my first name. It must be a legitimate email, right? So that helps out as well too. Or you know, whatever tag that's in there, F name, first name, something like that. And different companies use different tags over here to do that. So something like, you know, my accountant thought I was crazy. ... You know, they're gonna what? You know, so, or you know, anything, something like this is different, is going to make people look at it like, what? You know, so you think about something that, you know, when you look at an email, what's going to make you open the email, okay? So you got to think about that. So in a minute, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what we call a swipe file, SWIPE. And guess what? All members of Free Toolbox get this file, and this is something I put together over a long time, and I have gigabytes worth of stuff. So I've been putting this together for a long time. So all the members of Free Toolbox get this. So it's included in your membership, even if you're a $1.25 member, and it's back in your back office right now under emails. So it's called a swipe file, and I'll show you this in just a second. So this is going to help you to maybe jog some memories. Let's pull this over here, actually, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay? Swipe file provided courtesy of freetoolbox.com. All right? You will generate a consistent stream of hungry, targeted, responsive. Now, this could be part on your website. This is more of a website headline, but this is mainly for jogging, getting words and phrases and things like that that you want to maybe put in your email. Okay, so a lot of this is website stuff that I've gathered, but some of it is email stuff that I've gathered. Make money from the home just got easier. Presenting, that's all website headlines. So there's a lot of stuff here, right? Okay, here's subject lines. Internet marketing tactics for this tough time. Now, what you might want to do is not necessarily use capital letters all the time, all right, in your subject lines too. So I wouldn't necessarily do that. I just copied these. So I wouldn't necessarily use that here. So here, lost money on the internet, find out below, or find out in here, inside this email, or find out what you can do about it. Even if you're a newbie, this works. All networkers are gathering here. Stop daydreaming and start working. So I can go on and on and on, okay? How to kiss network marketing rejection goodbye forever. So this is all different things that you can use to be able to come up with ideas and save you hours, maybe? All right, so the subject line is important, all right? Let's see, any questions? Great. Is the phone system just like this is effective? Well, Pastor, I love doing phone broadcasting, but I have to cover that in a different webinar because this is more an emailing, but I love doing phone broadcasting, so we'll go into that some other time. All right, let's see. If you're sending an email from Microsoft Office, can you do the brackets name like this here, okay? So that all names receiving email has the first name entered. I haven't used Microsoft Office or Outlook in a long, long time, so I don't know if you can use a tag like that, but you might be able to do that if you have them in your database. It's possible that that might be the case, that you might be able to do that, but Dwight, I'm not sure about that specifically, okay? All right, so now once you get in there, now I use this, so this is called I call it a bucket. So a bucket meaning that ... means there's more coming, so it's psychologically, it has someone go in and say, wow, what is it? There's something more coming here, all right? So now, all right, so now in the body, you want to put in, again, I usually put on the top how I got their name. If it's to an individual, I don't care, but in the top it might be, to all FTB members. Like if you have a group, you put that in there. Okay, so you want to put how you got it, where you got it from, and this gives credibility to all. Now, if you did a list scrape on a network marketing company, so to all 5 links members, all right? So if you did a list scrape to find 5 links members, then you would put that on there, and it lends, what does it do? It lends an air of credibility that, hey, I am in 5 links, right? So then at this point, if you have the ability to put in, their name, email, and what I do on my list as well, too, if I have the data, is I put city and state. It's all about credibility, right? So I'll put, and this would be their first name, last name. Name is usually first name, last name, but first name is usually F name, last name is usually L name, something like that. And I'll put over here on file. Okay, so now right under that, I usually put a few lines here to separate, and then I go hi, and you put whatever greeting you want over here, but it'll be also insert F name. Now, sometimes what I do is I don't put here, I'll just do, hi all whatever members. So I'll just do that. The main reason why I do that, sometimes depending on the system that I use, and if I'm using Aweber or something like that, it doesn't matter. But if I'm using a system that I have to send out 100,000 emails really quickly, if I have it insert all this data in here, it's going to bog down the system and it's going to slow down to a call because it has to insert everything, so I won't do that. So now if you go into the email, then you start deciding what you want to say to the people in there, and generally you want to have 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 at the most paragraphs, short 2 to 3 line paragraphs about what you want to say to the people, maybe 3. 4 is kind of pushing it. Sometimes I get really lengthy what I'm doing because I'm not selling anything really. It's more of an update. I'm sending an article to everybody, and it's more just a general newsletter. But if I'm trying to sell something to someone, I usually do 3, and then in between each one of these subject lines, I'll put the link. Not subject lines, body. I'll put the link over here. I'll put the link here, and possibly I'll put a link over here. All right. So as you're starting over here, you can go in and you can start to type in what you want to say to people. And you know what's really good to put in these is very conversational tone on building your business. You know, so hey, this is Peter. Long time since I had sent you anything. So I just spoke to, and here, I'll tell you this in a second. Sorry, I'm typing fast. Okay, now here what I'm doing is, long time since I sent you anything, I just spoke to my good friend, Dr. Stan Harris. What does that do? Credibility, okay? So it's a third-person credibility. Now, if you have a network marketing program you're in, and maybe you have a great product, and or some person of credibility, either in the product area, if you're trying to do that, or you know, an upline or something like that. Just talk to my good friend, you know, Dr. Stan, or I just talked to my good friend Mary, or whatever you want to put here as far as the credibility. But even if they don't know the person, it lends an air of credibility, you know. And we were talking about how everyone has such a challenge in getting people started at getting such a challenge the economy actually only keep that like that. Right? The economy is so bad. Keep that alone because that's something they can see right away. They are all saying, I don't have the money. Okay, so conversational tone. This is Peter. A long time since I had sent you anything. I just spoke to my good friend Dr. Stan Harris, and we're talking about how everyone has such a challenge in getting people started. The economy is so bad. They're all saying, I don't have the money. Okay? Now, we have found a solution. You know, this, again, this is just for me, and you guys put whatever you want for your own company, but it's the general tone and philosophy of what we're talking about here that you can change for whatever. Okay, it's called a feeder program. So, and then I would go in and put a link in here. I go check it out. Put your link. All right. So, and over here, if you don't know what a feeder program is, you can get started for whatever, and then that kind of thing. So I'm not going to go write a whole email here, but you kind of get the idea of what I'm talking about. Let me see. Does anyone have any questions on what I talked about so far? Do we get a copy of this webinar so we can go back if we need? Yes, this is being recorded right now, okay? Well, for those people in Free Toolbox and Business Toolbox, it'll actually be recorded and put in your back office. If you are not a member, I encourage you to become a member. $1.25 can't hurt you, and you're going to get a lot of stuff. But send an email to this link, to this email address, multiplexsystems@gmail.com. And so I want to get the recording of the email webinar on Saturday, and then we'll send it over to you, okay? So, but the easiest way to do it is just find someone to sign up under and join as a member, and you'll get everything we're showing here. Okay. Okay, question. Raymond says, would that link be your capture page or sales page? Dr. Stan, can you tell them your story about capturing data? And all the people you've spoken to that you never captured any information on?
Well, and his question again was the difference between a lead capture page and what now?
He wanted to know, is the link in the email, would it be appropriate to put a lead capture page link there or right to your website?
Yeah, you always want you always want to send people to a lead capture page, never to your website. Just like Peter showed you that funnel in the beginning, a lead capture page is part of that funnel system. And so a lead capture page really does a couple cool things. Number one, it's going to separate the curious from the serious. So a lead capture page separates the curious from the serious. A lead capture page also helps you to build a list, okay? So when you have a lead capture page, you build a list. Like, for instance, okay, so he just showed you that website. Like, for instance, you never know who's been to your website or not unless they join, right? That's without a lead capture page. With a lead capture page, whether they join or not, you have their information, and then the lead capture page is part of that funnel. It's also tied into an autoresponder that drips on them several messages over a certain amount of period until they join. So, again, I have people that, for instance, I have people that the first email they get from me, well, they're not interested. They're not, right? But about the fifth one, something happened, and now all of a sudden it has their attention. So I always recommend, yes, use a lead capture page system. You can see there's several within free toolbox a person can get. But the lead capture page system always is connected to an autoresponder. The fortune's in a follow-up, and you foul out if you don't follow up. This automates the follow-up process, and that's great. So, again, when someone goes to your normal website, you have no idea whether they've been there or not. Sometimes the website will count the hits, but it doesn't give you the name or the email address. When you have a lead capture page, it gathers their information. Now, here's what happens. With our systems, with that lead capture page, as soon as they fill in their information, you get an email and or a text. All I do is hit the button, and it dials it up. Now, I used to do it right away. People are like, oh, my goodness, I'm watching you right now. This is crazy. So now I usually give them 3 or 4 minutes so at least they can watch the video, right? But 100% of people that I call when they're on my lead capture page join. I have never yet had anybody that was there that didn't join. And a lot of them say, man, this is crazy. It's like I've even, sent emails to people saying, hey, I want more information, and I don't hear from them. And here you're calling me right away. Well, the only way I know to call them right away is because my lead capture page let me know they were there. They gave me the name. They gave me their email address. They gave me the phone number, so they're serious. So why not call them? Somebody said, strike while the iron is hot. And so, yes, Peter, this is the most, I would say the most powerful thing you can do is to send them to a lead capture page. Never send them straight to your website unless, of course, they have already been to your lead capture page and they can't figure out how to get back to it and they're ready to join. Then you can send them right to the join page. But no, always lead capture page. And one more reason why you do that is simply this. It's a system, and it's easy for you now to teach that person. They should get that same system because you want the system to work for you so you don't have to work as hard. And so that's the power of using these tools, and that's the power of what Peter teaches. So again, my illustration I love to give, and I'll close out, is I had to dig a hole 6 foot deep, 6 foot wide. It's like almost impossible. I'd be all day with my hands and fingernails trying to dig that thing. But if you gave me a shovel and a pick, I could do it probably in 4 or 5 hours. But if you gave me 4 guys with shovels, we could probably do it in 2 hours, maybe an hour. But if you give me a backhoe, I can do it in about 5 minutes. So a lead capture page is a tool. It's a system that helps you to more effectively get the job done. So, yes, always.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I've had so many people say, I've sent people to the website and nobody signed up or just a few signed up. Or did you send them to someplace where you can capture the data? No. So that's how important the lead capture page is. For whatever you're using, for whatever company you're doing, definitely do that and send it to lead capture page because you got to follow up. And it's all about collecting the data. So very key thing. Now, as you're filling out this here, obviously the end of the email would be, all the best, or whatever close you want to put on there, and now at the end, if you want to put a PS or something like that, That's always great too. So something relating to up here, you know, that you'll be able to use to kind of tie all this together as well too. Okay, so so that's the general structuring of an email. And now sending out emails, it's getting very expensive to send out bulk emails. There's not too many of them out there. We actually have one in Business Toolbox, which is our other companion site, which has a let's see, products. Emailing Suite. So if you go over here and click on Emailing Suite, it's going to give you a video on the emailing system that we have, where you can import leads and all sorts of stuff to the system and actually email out. Now, the way that system works is just like I've been teaching you. Is you don't want to send out in whatever sticks. It's $59 a month. You send out 2,400 a day, which means you're sending out 100 an hour. It's automatic, but it's meant to fly under the radar and not pull up red flags. So this way, it's about deliverability versus not deliverability. Okay, so it's meant to mimic regular emails, and it's going to send out one and stop. Because generally, hosting companies will say, "Wow, you can send out 500 an hour." Don't believe them, because you send out 500 an hour, they're going to start getting on your case. Even if you send out 250 an hour, then you start talking a little bit better. But you stay well below that, it doesn't give them real reason to actually get on your case for anything, unless you're getting a tremendous amount of spam complaints. So you know, stay way below, and this way Yahoo and Gmail and so on don't see thousands of emails coming at them at one shot from one domain. All right, and if you're using a system, try to make sure that they try to keep your IP address as clean as possible, and our system does that, and so on. Now, there's other ones out there which are autoresponder type of auto senders. Aweber, GetResponse, and so on are not that kind of thing. So you can't necessarily upload leads to them to do it. They're a traditional autoresponder, not where you can import and then send out. Okay, so there are some of them out there that do that. I haven't really looked at them in years. I used to use them, but I really got a very bad deliverability rating on it, and I haven't really used those in a long time, so I'm not really familiar with which ones are actually active out there. But the problem with those is that you're really you're piggybacking off of the same system that everybody else is, and guess what happens? You're at the mercy of the data that everybody else is sending to, and your deliverability is really garbage. Okay, so you kind of get what you pay for. So that's you got to keep in mind that as well too. So you know the trick here again is to make it look like regular email. You can send out onesie twosie and so on, but it's tough. If you want to send out more of a bulk, then you need a service to do that. And the better service you have that either wants to do it for you, then you're going to pay for deliverability. The more whitelist they have as far as being whitelisted by Spamhaus, things like that, then you're going to pay through the nose for those types of services, okay, for emailing. All right, so let me answer a question or two here, and then I'm going to go into other stuff here. What is Business Toolbox? Well, I show you the website here. That's our companion site. Free Toolbox is the training. Business Toolbox is the tools. These are lead scrapers, personal development, video, audio, print library, mobile site builders, email marketing, and the like as well too, phone broadcasting and so on. Oh yeah, Chris, this is so right. Chris says it's all about building a relationship. Then people begin to trust you with the way you write. Awesome. Yep, that's exactly right. All right, so let's see. Raymond says response rates are lower when asking for a phone number. That's correct. So response rates are definitely lower when you ask for a phone number. So, and he's talking about the recapture page. If you're putting, you know, if you want first name, last name, or just the first name. Do you want the first name in the email, or do you want first name, email, phone number? So if you put the phone number in there, it's going to be lower, okay? But who knows if they even put a phone number in there if it's going to be real or not. We really don't know. But the thing is, you have to play that by ear. I mean, how much of a qualified, quote-unquote, lead do you want? So if you want more qualified, then you ask for more data. And then after a while, if you are not getting enough leads, then you kind of maybe take that out, and then you use it later on. So I would prefer, if possible, to get a phone number, email, and at least a first name. You don't have to put a last name, but first name. So this way I can follow up with them and be able to go from there. Now, if you can even get their cell phone number, I mean, hey, that's liquid gold right there. So so play that by ear as far as how much data you want to get, and the more data you get, the better, obviously, which will increase your signups and the quality of the lead as well. but that also depends on what they're going to give you, depends on what you're offering them. Do they know you? You have any kind of credibility? All that kind of stuff goes into play with that as well. All right, so let's see. Let's get into the other part, which is video email. So you're seeing here emailing. Where is that? There we go. I got so many screens on here that I'm missing track of where everything is. Okay, so now you're seeing here emailing, and it's all about response versus how many you're sending out. So video emailing, we talked about, is a way to be able to contact people, and as I said before many times, credibility. Okay, credibility with a video email is so much higher because they see you, right? They see you versus just text. Right, so here there's no way for them to identify with who you are, but a video email, if you have a big slap-on video email, they can click on it and actually see you, then that's a totally different thing. Okay, so let's see. Dr. Sam, can you cover that 1 second, what you've done and the credibility of video and so on, and I want to try to switch over my screen so this way I can show the video email.
Okay. Yeah, well, credibility, write this down because note takers are money makers. Nobody wants to do what nobody's doing. Everybody wants to do what everybody's doing. So nobody wants to do what nobody's doing, but everybody wants to do what everybody's doing. And everybody wants to do what a celebrity or well-known person is doing. So it's called social validation and also just getting, again, that powerful reference. So sometimes I'll put a thing and say, hey, I've partnered with Peter Wolfing, who has multiplex systems that has over 600,000 members worldwide. Well, that, the people that I have credibility with, well, that's great, but some people don't know me as well. And when they hear, well, you're working with this guy that has a company with 600,000 members worldwide, they're like, wow. So, like a guy yesterday, he says, well, man, do you know Les Brown? I said, do I know Les Brown? We made a movie together. He said, you made a movie with Les Brown? I said, yeah. Les Brown, Bob Proctor, Brian Tracy. He's like, whoa. So people, when they have that credibility, they tend to be a little more impressed so that they'll listen a little more effectively. So anytime you can use someone's name or sometimes even a reference, that's always going to help. So credibility is a big factor with some. Again, some people, they kind of downplay it a little bit, but I always tell people, listen, I don't even listen to people that I'm not impressed with. So if somebody's going to be impressed, then they're going to follow. And so, again, nobody wants to do what nobody's doing. Everybody wants to do what everybody's doing. So, for instance, with Free Toolbox, when we say, hey, we got just that 50,000 members in 3 months, people are like, wow, I'm going to be part of that, right? Or if you say, hey, be trained by 7-figure income earners, people are like, wow. You can say, hey, look, I'm partnering with this, or, I'm learning. So any kind of thing you can do that credibility, whether it's a person, whether it's the some kind of stat, a story, or something that adds credibility, is going to be very, very powerful to get you further ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So, can everybody still hear me? And you can see my screen on here? Okay, it says Free Toolbox, a video email template. Okay, the company that we use is called TalkFusion. That's the system that we use. Fantastic product. I actually found out about them 8 years ago. I've been using their product in consultations for 2 years with outside non-MLM companies, stock trading companies and so on that wanted my services as far as helping them to do more business, things like that. So I decided to use this as well for the networking programs that are my programs because they built email templates, or video email templates. Here's one for Free Toolbox, and as you go into the templates, you'll see they have hundreds, maybe thousands of here, different companies. Okay, so just pick out your company, and you have a professional template here ready to go. Let's see, we got over here. Yeah. Tons. So lots of stuff here available for everybody depending on what program you're doing that's already pre-done. They also custom do templates for you. Here's another one of my programs, Business Toolbox. So you can just flip and flop and put those back and forth. So now the video email is I'm gonna do one here. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna send it to myself, and I'm gonna show you what you get and the difference between an email versus a video email. Okay, so now you have the choice of importing a video from your desktop or your computer. Like if I went over here to do that, all I do is select the video on my computer. It's going to process it and upload it. So I'm not going to do that right now. I have videos that I've uploaded, which are right here. Okay, I have a whole library of different stuff that I've uploaded, and I can select whichever ones I want. I can also select multiple videos. So if I want to do a video, I want to do this one, and I want to do this one, and I want to do this one. After I do that, I go sort, and I can move the videos around to say which one plays first, which one plays second, which one plays third. Okay, so but I'm not going to do that yet right now either. All right, so if I did that, there we go. There's one. That's the first one that's going to show up. And you can hear that.
You'd be partially correct. Maybe the person that introduced you to your business.
All right, so, but that's just one here. So now if I wanted to go in and I wanted to change this, now let's go over here. I'm going to go in and start this over again. I want to show you the other way to do this. Very, very simple. Webcam. Okay. Done. Here we go. All right, so this is me. Now it's a little bit fuzzy because it's shining right from my my front window here, so it's very, very bright. So this is me with my headphones on. How you doing, everybody? All right, so now if I did it, let me just pick out a template, and I'm just going to do one for Free Toolbox, since I mentioned that before. I'll find that here on the library. All right, so we got a video template already done. So now all you do is click on here, and I'll show you kind of what I'm doing and how I usually do that. Okay. Now sometimes you have to do it 2 or 3 takes, so don't kind of get on my case if I don't do it right the first time. Okay. So just cut me a little slack. Hey, John, this is Peter Wolfing. I just wanted to give you a quick follow-up video. I talked to you earlier today regarding Free Toolbox, a fantastic program, and I told you I was going to send you this video email. I kind of wanted to shake your hand through this video and show you I'm a real live person. I've been doing network marketing a long time. I'm here to help you build your business, and this system is so great to be able to help you for as little as 5 quarters you can get started, and it goes up to $48.75, and we're here to help you, support you in your business, and I think you'll really find that it's going to be something that's really going to enhance whatever business you're doing. So after this video, you're going to see another video come up. So make sure you watch this video over here that's coming up right after this one. And if you're ready to get started, just below here, let me just get the right angle here. Just below here, you're going to see my link here to get started and to get started in Free Toolbox. Okay? So again, thanks a lot for watching this video. If you need me at all, you know how to contact me. My contact information is there. Have a great day. So processes, and this is what they would see. Hey, John, this is Peter Wolfing. I just wanted to give you a quick follow-up video. All right, so I talked to you earlier today regarding Free Toolbox. All right, so let's stop it. If I want to save it, I can save it. All right, and it processes the video. And again, I'm using a very old laptop in the camera and so on. So you can also make the videos, obviously, with your smartphone and things like that. All right, so sample, save it. That means I'm saving to my library. All right, so that's the video that's there, right? So now what I do is go in here. I'm going to go into my videos. I'm going to go up here, all right, and I want to add, let's see, this video, and then I want to say, okay, I want to put this video, let's see, not that one, this one, and that's it. All right, so it's sorted. That's my first one, second one, third one, perfectly done, and I'm ready to go. So it's processing it, and now we're going to send the email. These videos are a little bit longer, so it'll take a little while to process those one right after another. So that's the whole point with video email, is credibility for them to physically see you. There's a saying that says the further away you get from belly-to-belly contact, you have to compensate by money and volume. All right, so here you're using this type of system to streamline that, and at least if you can't talk to somebody directly, we have the video email to do that. Now, do you have to make videos every single time you send to somebody? Not necessarily. Maybe you make a library of 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 different possible responses, and you have them in your library, right? And then at that point, once you have them in your library, you can just pick and choose, and it takes you, what, 30 seconds to send an email to somebody, but it's much more powerful than a regular email. All right, so there's all sorts of different templates, birthdays, business, care and concern, and each one of these categories has, what, 5, 10, 15, 20 different possibilities in here for you. And also the languages, there's tons of different languages, and all the templates are in these different languages as well, too. So you'll have those available for you as well. So let's go here. Let's see. I think I added too many videos with all my bandwidth here. It's taking a little while to kind of put them all together. All right, so there we go. So that's it. I'm just going to go over here and done. All right, so now I'm just going to send it to myself just quickly. But if you have a list in here, this is also a database manager and so on too. So you have all your database here. If you have all your leads separated by companies or lists or whatever, you just hit the list, the whole list goes in there. And one good thing I like about this program is that the deliverability is incredible because they've paid lots of money to be whitelisted from all these companies, Spam House, things like that. So that's what you want to make sure is the deliverability is incredible. It's a double opt-in system. Well, actually an opt-in system, not double opt-in. So let's see, up front here, webinar, sample, Vmail. All right, and let's just go down a little bit. Peter's sample. All right, that's all I'm going to put right now. All right, and send. That's it. Okay, did not enter any recipients. All right. I didn't. Maybe I didn't. I just go here. Now I'm ready. Now I did it. All right. Done? Okay, so let me go over here to Gmail. See how fast this gets over to me. All right. Give it a second to get over here. Just make sure it didn't go here. Okay, no, not in the spam folder,
Yeah,
so it'll take a little bit.
And I noticed when you clicked on something, it said network error. So I don't know if you
Okay.
caught that. When you
Yeah, I did see that.
Click the process.
I think that was because I had those extra videos on there and I cut it short before, other than waiting for the process. So it could have been, that could be the reason why. But not a problem. The other thing I want, while I was just sending over here, the other thing I want to show you is that if you want to build your own templates, you can just, anything that here that moves, you can change colors, images. You just go in here, it'll tell you what you can change, what the dimensions are, and you can upload them. So like here, if I have any saved templates that I have, here's one that I did for a company, and this was not a custom built one. This is one that was just done by me. I just did some screenshots, and that was it. So if I wanted to go in here and just put a quick video in there, all right, so I just click on the video to upload it to my system, and I'm ready to go. If I want to go in and use one of the library ones, just go over here, just do that. Of course, I can change the colors and all sorts of stuff in here. I can select the library, and then let's just go over here, and I'll select one from over here just so it's make it quicker for everybody. I'm not used to working on a laptop. Please excuse me. And just put over here sample. Excuse the typo. All right, so let's go back to the email and see what's going on here. There we go. All right, so this was the one I sent before, the webinar sample email, and notice how they went in my inbox, not in the spam box. So here's the one I did before, and most systems that you open up, they're going to say, do you want to show the image or not? So that's just standard. So display image, and that's what you would see instead of something written. Is it more powerful or what? Yes, right? And all of this information over here can be customized, too. It doesn't have to be talk keys and stuff. Yes.
Especially that picture with the new Mr. Clean. Come on now.
Yeah, hey. Mr. Clean.
I just wanted to give you a quick follow-up video. I talked to you earlier today regarding a free toolbox, a fantastic program.
Wow.
I was going to send you this video email. I kind of wanted to shake your hand through this video and show you I'm a real live person. I've been doing network marketing a long time. I'm here to help you build your business, and this system is so great to be able to help you for as little as 5 quarters.
See what I'm talking about, guys? How good this is? Now, if you want to forward it, you can also forward it to other people, you know, all sorts of stuff. So here's the other one here. There we go.
You might as well admit it. 9 to 5 is just not working for you. You're on the fast track to joining the 40-40-40 club, working 40 hours a week for 40 years, retiring on 40% of what you could not afford to live on in the first place.
It's hot, guys. So that's video email. So let's just kind of review a little bit. I'm going to take the screen back over here on the other side just so you can kind of get over to my main computer here. All right, so I'm back on my main screen, main computer. I'm working on actually 3 computers here. So does anyone have any questions on what I've covered so far on, you know, what we've talked about? We talked about a lot of stuff today. Let's see, questions. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Let's go through a few of these. Can you take the link for videos and share it on Facebook? Yeah, absolutely. Now, on the bottom of the video email, when you're composing it, who to send it to, it has Twitter, Facebook, and a blog that you can just put your username on there, and it'll post it right up there as well, too, for SEO purposes and for your news feed and things like that, yes. So I didn't go into that, but on there you can actually do that when you're composing the email before you actually send it out. Okay, is the free toolbox logo always going to show up? And Don, I'm not sure where you're seeing that. It may be, well, if you're talking about the video email, no, there's hundreds of templates for different companies there. Okay, so that was just my company with my template. But if you're in another company, they probably have it there already. And you can also customize your own video template there. You can, like I said, you can change the categories, the images on the template. And depending on what level you come in at in the TalkFusion system, you can actually have your own custom branded, custom labeled, and private labeled video email, video newsletter. They have video email, video newsletter, autoresponders, video autoresponders, and a webinar system, and much more. So tons of stuff in there, not just video email. So lots of different things there available for you. What do I do if I'm not very photogenic with video email? You know, that's all a personal decision. Being photogenic, sometimes, you know, people just want to see, hey, I'm real. I'm a real person. So I wouldn't worry about that so much. But be that as it may, if you don't want to do that, then you have emails already done and set up. Maybe you don't have your face on there. Maybe you have, if you're shy about that, you can have other things. Like I make these videos in Central Park. 99% of them, I don't show myself on there, you know, right? I'm making a video somewhere else, but I'm talking, you know, so yes.
Yeah. What about the one I made? I'm walking, I'm showing the ground and talking, I'm showing the house being built, you know, it's not.
Yeah, right.
But not only that, we got to understand the main function of this and the main marketing concept, and that is this. And you might want to write this down, folks, because note takers are money makers. A picture, it's been said, is worth 1,000 words. One video is worth 1,000 pictures. Now think about that.
That's great.
So if if a picture's worth 1,000 words and one video is worth 1,000 pictures, then it doesn't matter if you're not super photogenic or if you're shy or don't want to be in front of the camera. It doesn't matter. Like Peter said, the main thing is shooting that video because the video is worth 1,000 pictures. So the beautiful thing, too, is this. You know, I was in the car one time. I took 5 quarters, and I shot a video. I said, here's 5 quarters, and I can show you how to turn these 5 quarters. And I'd just gotten I waited for a lot of money to save up, like $1,200, and got a withdrawal. So I said, believe it or not, I can show you how to take these 5 quarters, and I started counting off these hundreds, all the way to $1,200 is what I made in a certain amount of time, and believe it or not, I could do it. I never showed my face. I'm sitting in my car. They just see my car seat. They just see the quarters. They just see the money, and I had a bunch of people go to my website, sign up. You know what I mean? So as Peter said, just get creative, but you definitely, it's not even up for grabs. You've got to use video email unless you want to stay in the dark ages. I mean, when we go to Pennsylvania, where I'm from, my wife, and every time we go through Lancaster, we see the Amish people on their horse and buggies. I mean, that's a way of transportation. You can get around with a horse and buggy. You just can't get around fast. Why keep doing horse and buggy email when you literally, my friend, can get in a car, a Mercedes, a BMW, if you will, with this video email? And so just get creative, but make sure you do it, and you'll see some results.
Yeah, absolutely. Clarence says sometimes a small picture within an email works well as well too. Yeah, if that's an attached file. Sometimes the attached files are really tough because the filters, people worry about viruses, and viruses attached to images and things like that. So that's kind of iffy sometimes. You want to be careful with that. Okay, so let's see. Oh, somebody mentioned, excellent. Yeah, thanks. They said, I thought you were going to mention the best times to email and best days to email and so on. Yeah, I forgot about that. I got on a roll somewhere else. But the best times to really send emails are in the morning time. So people receive them generally 7, 8, 9, 10 in the morning. And that's probably the best time, because after that, people start getting in their day and all sorts of things like that. So, it's better if they answer in the morning, because that's when most people look at their emails. So weekends are tough. They're doing other things, so they might not answer them as much there. So the morning is good. I find that usually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are better than other days. Fridays not so much. Weekends not so much. That's not to say you don't email out at those times. I'm just saying that those other days are a little bit better. Monday is kind of iffy. Sometimes I've had both ways be not so successful and both be successful, because if you think about Monday, a lot of people are going to work and they've been out for the weekend and they're just swamped on Monday. So having an email read is kind of iffy, but if you think about it, that's probably the time that they hate their job the most. It's on Monday, so it might be Johnny on the spot. Hey, what is this thing? Oh yeah, maybe I really don't like to work here. Let me look for something else. So you can go a lot of different ways with that. So the morning, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is probably the best days, and that's why I like to send them out around that time. Don, you guys are gonna love this one. What do you use to remove the glare from your beautiful bald head? I've got the same issue. He said dome, not head. Well, yeah, you just got to use different lighting. Use a hat, a baseball hat or something. A baseball cap or something would be fine. That's a good point, though. Yeah, sometimes I've had an issue where the glare from my glasses reflect in the screen. So sometimes you just got to take the glasses off. That's another thing, the glare, the reflections, and so you do that, but you can try it over and over and over again and redo it as much time as you want. There's always a reset button. Good, very good question. All right, Talk Fusion says you can have 5 users. What do they mean by that? The base level of Talk Fusion is $125 and then $20 a month. You can have 5 users that use the video email underneath you. So if you have 5 downline members that want to use it underneath that level, then you can do that. As you go up the levels, there's a 250, a 750, and a 1500. You can have as much as 15 sub-users to your account, whether it's a business or real estate or anything, and they can use the video email system as they go up. As you go up, you can also use video newsletters and all the other different products they have in there as well too. So it's not just the video email. I wanted to show you as well too one technique, and this was shown to me by Dr. Stan, is that if you have a video here and you don't know how to record it and so on. Well, if you click, especially YouTube, you have the video come up here, right? And just on the URL, just go over here and type in, just before the Y, type in SS. This goes over to this website here, and it's going to come up, and just wait a few moments. Don't click on the advertisements. And it's going to allow you just to download that video. So if you don't have a way to record it, you just go over here, and if I clicked over here to download it, it's going to download right to my computer. Then I upload it to TalkFusion or whatever I'm going to use it for. Okay? And so this way, you can. Here's the link. You can, if you click over the link, you can embed the link and things like that. But if I was to click over here, it would download to my computer, and then I upload it to the video TalkFusion, and then I'll be able to have it in the video email. So very simple, easy way to do it. Again, how you do it is if you have a video embedded here, you can't do it. But if you click on the YouTube over here, and you go to the just before the Y, type in SS, and then just wait a few moments, and it will allow you to download it. Many times it will give you many options of downloading. So some of them might be 360, which would be not as crisp and clean, and maybe you do some other ones as well too. So that'll give you options to pick from. Like see if I click more. Here we go. Okay. So these are different formats you can do. Just the audio only. Sometimes people just want to have an audio and they don't want to have the video. And how do I separate the audio from the video? Well, just do that technique, and there you go. Here's the audio. Bada bing, right? I think that's worth the cost of the whole webinar, isn't it? All right. Hey, Chris says, thanks, guys. I got to go to bed. It's 1:20 in Brisbane. Wow. Really enjoyed the webinar. I got to be up at 5 a.m. Thanks, Chris. I'm glad you liked it. If you want a recording, please get in touch with us. And or if you remember Free Toolbox and or Business Toolbox, they'll be in your webinar recording section. So let's see. Now, if anyone's interested in Free Toolbox, please get back to anybody that referred you. If you whoever invited you, get back to them and say, listen, I don't have a sponsor for Free Toolbox or Business Toolbox. Can you give me a sponsor? We'll be happy to do that. If you want to search on the internet, there's people there. I'm sure there's a ton of people you'll be able to find. Now, TalkFusion, Dr. Stan and I happen to be members. We're joint members in TalkFusion. So if you're interested in that, to be able to use that, we actually do the business too. So we'll be happy to work with you there. If you're a TalkFusion member and you have guests here, always go back to the person that introduced you if you're interested in that program in TalkFusion, and they use them as a sponsor. Please don't go around anybody and respect your lineage. Yes.
Yeah, also we've got some of our leaders like Tricia Smith and Harvey Silver Fox and Lavere. So if you're on here and you're interested in this video email, which again, this is the next evolution, and Peter, being the tool guy, we can't. There's no way he can produce his own like that without costing a lot of money. So you might as well utilize what somebody else has. So if you're interested in the platform that we are using enthusiastically, and a lot of our key leaders, you can get started with us, but check with your leaders first because they may already be involved, and we'd rather you join through them because we're all on the same team together, and we like keeping things in integrity, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's let's see, that is it for today. Any last questions here before we close out today? We're all going to enjoy our weekend. John says, I'd like a sponsor. I think my original sponsor was Multiplex. Well, that's our company, and is that good? So let's see, John. Well, John, why don't you do this? Let me give you. I gave you the email before, multiplexsystems@gmail. And if anyone has questions, maybe if you don't know who your sponsor is, give me some information. I can look it up and we'll figure out something for you. Mention what program you're interested in. Is it Free Toolbox, Business Toolbox, TalkFusion, all three, whatever, and we'll help you out.
Hey, John, by the way, I'm in Dallas, Frisco. I see John's from that area, too. I tried to send you a private message that maybe we could connect sometime.
Okay, excellent, excellent.
Yeah, by the way, Peter, on that video email, sometimes, some people are impressed with professional video and stuff. Other people, they like somebody they can identify with. They like somebody that's like down home and just, so the beautiful thing about marketing is you just gotta what we call test it. And then what you have to do is you have to tweak it, and then you just track it. So if you do those things, so, sometimes the thing you think won't work, or, you know what I mean, like the one person said that it may not be too photogenic, there's somebody going like, oh, wow, I can identify with that person. You know what I mean? So you just never know. So just try it, track it, and tweak it. Already.
I like it. Try it, track it, test it. I like that. I like that. Well, someone had a question about some of the other services they have. This happens to be the Video Communication Center, which is, we're just really talking about the product today, but they have video email, video libraries, contact manager, video newsletters, autoresponders, subscription form. This is video subscription forms, and this is their webinar system called Connect that really you can use, which we're going to morph away from GoToWebinar because it's really 1/3 the price, and you can use that as well too, and that's included in your membership depending on what level you come in at. But if you want to do like a video newsletter, one of the things I like about TalkFusion is that they're very professional. Everything's done in-house. Incredible design that they have in-house. Look at all these different templates you can pick from. So if you say pick on this one, you just go to here. You can, anything that pops up here, you can change and you can edit to be your own company, your own text, your own information. So it's just a over-the-top, fantastic product, and that's one of the primary things with me that I want to keep on, keeping in mind is it's got to be great. So it's something I can't do myself. I wish I would do it myself. So, so here you go. So, and these can all be updated depending on whatever you want. And if you come in at the $1,500 level, you can actually get their TalkFusion logo out and then put your own company logo on these templates. So now at the $750 level, you can do that with the video email. You can actually, they'll design 3 custom templates for you for free, and you can actually have one that you can take out this and put your company logo in there. So it doesn't have to, you don't even have to see TalkFusion on it. So so it's not only custom but also private label that you can do as well with the system itself. So now the other thing too is obviously the BizOp part of it, which I'm not going to really go into. But they pay on time, they pay globally, 150 countries, and they pay you in 3 minutes or less on volume anywhere in the world. So if you like instant pay, that's what I like about it.
I love instant pay.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. So,
and by the way, we're doing a teleseminar, of course, in about another 30 minutes. A webinar, rather, our normal webinar for anybody that's part of the Ultimate Cycler that has the instant and direct pay. Just make sure you show up on that call. The number is real simple. It's 605-475-4700. 605-475-4700. The PIN number is 602974. 602974 in the pound sign. So at 11 o'clock Central, which is 12 Eastern, 605-475-4700. PIN number is 602974 pound. We got a lot of things going, Peter, and it's like that wheel, though. It doesn't matter how many things you got going, as long as they all, like the spokes in the wheel, they're all feeding into the right thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about, once you become, as I said, way at the beginning of this webinar, once you become skilled at one thing, you can start moving into other things, and you have everything working at the same time. Like Dr. Stan's a pro. I mean, he has, 12 income streams, I think you said, at this point?
Yes, sir.
Yep, and that's they're not all network marketing. He has his book, his CDs, his different things he's doing, free toolbox, business toolbox, TalkFusion. I mean, that kind of thing. But I don't recommend you do something that huge, encompassing when you're first getting started. So 1, 2, 3, something's going to complement each other. It's not going to overwhelm you. And then if you use free toolbox with the training and education, we can get you going. So this way, eventually, you have the training wheels come off. So. Let's see, that's about it, guys. Thank you very much for coming on the webinar. I hope you enjoyed it. The recording is up in your back office for Business Toolbox, Free Toolbox, and if you send an email to multiplexsystems@gmail right here, then we'll send you the recording, and that should be up probably later on today. We'll have that available for you as well. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you real soon. Bye for now.